Hello and welcome to another episode of NevaeH Echoes of Light. This is episode 9. Glad to see you all here. Got some new faces, new friends. We are so fucking back. There we go. Go ahead and say hi, players.
Hi, players.
Hi, players.
How's everybody doing today? You guys doing good? I know it's been a minute, you know.
I'm good. That intro is still jarring every time.
It's good.
I don't think until today I've seen the words "wake up" on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been there for 9 episodes.
Yeah, but I'm not usually watching that part because I have that part muted so that I can hear you.
Yeah, totally fair. Totally fair. Well, let's give everybody a recap because I know we took basically February off. So let's go through everything that we've missed with Team A. So a little recap for this campaign. This is NevaeH. It's been a ongoing series for I want to say the last 3 or 4 years. This is the final chapter, the final saga. And we were on episode 9, so we've probably got 10 to 12 more episodes. I wouldn't say any more than 16. I'm gonna guess around 25 will be done at the max. Thank you for following, by the way. Feel free to drop a follow each and every one of you if you'd like to. You want to get notified on when we're playing, what we're playing, and all the other BS that we're doing. But let's see. The story takes off with a bunch of characters, these fine people here, deciding to celebrate their birthday and going out to a pub and then recognizing that they all have the same birthday. And that's a little weird. And then seeing this person with the box exploding and them getting cursed or blessed with something or another. From that point forward, time gets really weird for them. At least I think it's time at this point in time. And they're kind of skipping around trying to figure out what's going on with themselves, as well as what this weird magical nonsense is that has afflicted them. After some dilly-daddling and discovery, they're able to figure out that it's not time magic after all. It's dream magic. You ever know how a dream starts? No, most people don't. You're usually just there. Whatever the thing is that you're dreaming about, you find yourself in it, usually in the middle of it. And that's kind of how the dreaming works, which is where all of these characters are. All these characters have been brought to, let's say, an inch of their soul remaining within their body. But all of that soul energy goes somewhere else, and it goes to the dreaming because, as previous chapters would determine, heaven and hell no longer exist. They've been sealed away. People who die don't have an afterlife to go to. But the dreaming has been taking them up one by one and creating this wonderful dreamscape that they all share together. Unfortunately, in order for people to retain whatever portion of themselves they've felt has been missing, they have to go through the dreaming and rediscover themselves, usually by some form of acceptance or retribution to their past. A couple of the characters have already done this, such as Edwin, played by Kaiji. Go ahead and give them a wave. And we had another, but we'll find out today what happened with their character. And of course, Allie, who plays the wonderful Talia, making sure everybody's pictures are up properly. And I'm like, wait a minute, we're missing a picture.
Yeah, I was about to message you.
It's okay. I can fix that while I talk. Or maybe I can't. I don't know. We'll see how ADHD works today.
Sometimes the superpower is, in fact, the villain of the night.
Sometimes it's just hyper-focus on that real quick. Hey, thank you for subscribing.
Oh no, Allie!
That's a tier 2 subscription. That's 2 rolls, guys.
We'll go over that in a second. So the players finally discover about the dreaming, which is information they're not supposed to know. The dream magic is a type of magic and energy that exists in the entire world, everywhere, all at once, and it's been growing really rampant. And one thing about magic in this world is the foundational magic is sentient. What it becomes afterwards, like the archetypes and how you use it and stuff, is just how you're using it. But magic itself is sentient. It may not sit there and talk to you or have dreams or goals of its own, but it does have its id, primitive like ambitions. Dream magic doesn't like people to know that they're dreaming. And all of these characters recently found out that they're dreaming. So that's not gonna go well for them. They can't quite escape the dream yet, but now the dream knows that they know that they're dreaming. So things are going to get a little bit more chaotic. Meanwhile, they've also created a B team. Now their B team characters are awake and alive and dealing with the world ravaged by these ongoing storms because a very powerful deity who was the glue holding everything together died. And in her wake, she passed. She aged out of life. When
Like she intentionally made this choice.
yeah, she was like, all right, I'm done. But the fabric of reality, while that is still held together, that doesn't mean that the stability of magic has retained itself. The world is now ravaged by dust, storms. It's become desolate. It's become a hellscape to live in. There are few safe havens that you can go to, and those players, or those characters for these players, have been around for dealing with it for the last 5 years, or together, dealing with all in all for about the last 50 years, whether they were born into it or existed and were alive before the chaos started to ensue. They've only just begun this new journey that potentially has the solution of rescuing certain people from the dreaming that may hold the key to restabilizing magic and stopping the chaos that is slowly tearing the world apart. But time will tell. Why don't you guys tell us what happened last episode?
With B team?
Mm-hmm.
We got exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our characters come into the bar after returning from a different job. We've all just gotten like, "Hey, come and meet us," kind of a message, and we go to the bar and we meet an "oh god, they're hot" kind of person.
Which
Yeah,
means
they're
she's
hot.
a supervillain and
I
demigod.
don't think super villain, but very powerful.
Mhm.
They're very powerful.
So after taking the job, we stay a night at the inn, and we go outside in the morning and hire a carriage, and because we've got to go to the Boros Divide.
Yep, we've got to get a soul catcher, which works like a dream catcher, but scarier.
Don't touch it, you'll die.
Mhm.
And then, as we're on the journey, some of us could hear a ticking sound.
And when the ticking sound was brought up, we didn't investigate. The carriage door got opened and we exploded.
Hi, I opened the door.
And our
Vi's
warlock is
almost dead.
Yeah, our warlock is currently sitting at 1 HP. And
Unconscious.
we've been unconscious.
Your wizard is also at 1 HP, just barely conscious.
Mhm.
I have like 35 HP left, but that's because we lost max HP of the lowest person -1, and you know, I'm not squishy.
Yeah, yeeted. Yeah, straight up
Must be
yeeted from that carriage. I'm 30 feet away from that explosion.
Mm-hmm.
I am really enjoying calling your character Granny as we continue through just to throw people.
That's great.
I mean,
We
she's
are
old.
both the oldest 2 people in that party.
Yes, I believe we are about to get ambushed
Yes.
by
Oh yeah,
these
we're surrounded by the bad guys.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the ones we talked to in the bar last night.
Yeah, and that is what's
Granny
happening
definitely
on B team.
Mm-hmm. But today we'll be starting the journey with A team to catch back up with them, and then either segueing to B team or following up with them next week. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, we do a fun little gimmick here where we actually roll for trauma because the magic is all but chaotic in this world. If you, the audience, send a 500 bits, a $5 tip, or subscribe, we roll a d20 with a fun little list of things that can happen. Ali has subscribed at tier 2, which is 2 dice rolls. And because they are a player, they don't get to decide who it goes to. So I'm not gonna use my physical dice. We've got it up on the screen already. We'll roll the first one, which is a 5. And the second one is a 19. Let's see if
You can just use a D4 to determine which of us gets it now.
I sure can.
Oh my god.
Wow.
The first one is a 4, so that's going to Violet. And the second one is a 3, and that one's going to Allie.
Well,
All right,
fuck.
so
I didn't. Whatever. That tends to happen.
nice. This will be really useful, and I will explain exactly what those roles mean later on.
Are they good things?
You guys ready to begin?
Oh, my dear Eddie, friend, darling, master, dungeon master person. Should we introduce ourselves for all these new folks around?
I guess that makes sense. Please tell the people who you are and who you play.
Wonderful, thanks. Hi, I'm Cole, and I am playing Demas Andreas tonight.
Hi, I'm Kaiju, and I'll be playing Edwin Belsat this evening.
Hi, I'm Allie, and I'll be playing Talia Silverwind.
And hello, I'm Violet, and I'm gonna be playing Zizi Mohias.
So much gremlin energy over there.
I'm Eddie.
Oh, I can hear
I
it.
am your Dungeon Master for this evening. Please enjoy the story, enjoy the ride. The mysterious entity known as Ellie of this wonderful dreamland has disappeared. As a reminder, this was the oldest iteration of her that you have met. A version of her that has already accepted whatever's happened throughout the dreaming and has met you countless times, even though this was your first time ever meeting her. She is wise, goofy, whimsical, and currently has Edwin's dog. And is nowhere to be seen.
The dog.
It is about 4 p.m. The sun is setting over the prairie. You can see the light slowly shifting outside of the Shedwin. What would you guys like to do?
Demas is gonna sit on the floor and hug his knees and just stare at nothing for a minute. He just went through it.
Demas, you are there, chap?
You ever been to hell?
Metaphorically, yes.
No. Real hell, I think.
Oh,
Wait, I thought.
Huh?
I didn't know we could still get there.
Well, I was there, and then I was in a goopy egg sack, and then I was, I think, in heaven talking to a god, and I think she knew me.
I think you need to lay off the cheese before bed, mate.
Dude, I literally tried to wake up, and that's what happened. Because, you know. And he just kind of like gestures wildly at everything.
Well, did you feel anything?
Like what?
Like physically, like
I was them. Like, it wasn't like that thing that happens when you're asleep and you can't feel the thing in the dream. It was everything. I was part of them. Maybe they were me before. One had my same name. That was the guy in hell and in heaven. A little confusing. And one went by Sandy?
That's like the same letters flipped around, isn't it?
Do I look like someone who reads well? I'm pretty, not smart.
I forgot.
Well, I wonder what the purpose of all that was.
Sorry. He hears that tick sound that kind of like has a soft echo to it and freezes and does a look around to see where it could have come from. And I would assume would need a perception check to look for.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. I think that must have been part of the ambience.
Oh, okay. Listen, the last time somebody assumed it was the ambience, we got blowed up. So
I was gonna say I
It's a
did not hear a tick sound.
Absolute
But
fair
what?
question to ask.
It was like a singular tick, and then it like softly echoed off.
Yeah, no, I think that
It
was
was-
part of the song.
Mm.
The ambience will still give you cues, but that wasn't me, and I will make sure it's not blending in with the song.
Thank you. I get so anxious with this these days.
Don't worry, it will be louder than the music. So
Thanks, friend.
Yeah. Thanks. He just shit. What was the last question? Did I feel it?
I think. What did I say? Oh, I wonder what the point of all that was.
Oh, and he goes, the lady, the Ellie lady.
Mm-hmm.
She said they were parts of me.
What?
Like, what do you guys know about soul magic?
Hmm.
Wait, we know about soul magic, right?
yes,
Okay, thank fuck.
And Ice Lady told us more. Well, me more.
Perfect. Question stands.
Not much.
I'm a guy who lives in a shed in the middle of the woods.
You don't do magic at all, blah, blah, blah. Anyways.
Yeah, that's fair. I know that becoming hollowed like our physical bodies involves there only being a tiny piece of our soul left in them.
What happens to the rest of our souls? Part of it's here. What if
Yeah.
it's split off into more fragments than just one tiny sliver and this?
I mean, so there could be a goopy egg sack Edwin somewhere?
I think he was going through something. I didn't get it, but it's fine. He said something about being reborn. Whatever that means.
Mm-hmm. All
I
right.
thought I when
So
magic problems were bad. That's a lot.
yeah, that's a bit much. So if your soul, if one soul is to fragment into multiple pieces, does
Mhm.
each piece live their own individual lives? And Zizi like goes into like a complete trance and is just like trying to like do the math in her head.
Demas gets up and like puts his fingers in his hair and just starts pacing. He's like, I don't fucking know. I'm pretty sure reality is unraveling.
as you're
So-
saying this, you can feel like energy condensing. It's not within the shed, but it is condensing at like the door frame. The door,
Is it-
the door itself starts vibrating really like aggressively, as if something was trying to get in, and then it stops. And in the time span of which you would blink, it's changing from wood to metal to marble to a really nice polished wood, and just flickering back and forth.
That's new.
Demas walks up to it and looks at it closely without touching yet.
You have a question?
Is this energy purple, pink, and fuchsia?
Yes.
Or purple, blue, and fuchsia?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, so it's dream magic. Fuck!
The door is not doing anything else, but when you get close to it, you can hear an unlocking noise.
That's
Stop.
really odd because that door doesn't have a lock.
I need you guys to stop thinking this hard about this.
Demas just grabs the door handle and opens it.
There's a blinding white light that immediately pours into the room.
Where have we
You're
been
not-
transported
You
to?
haven't been transported anywhere.
Oh, cool. Did the door stop shifting and it's
It did.
visible? Okay.
I mean, I can't
But it-
see anything.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
blinding
blinding.
light. You're all deer's caught in headlights right now. You can close the door again if you want, or you can walk through. I mean, you got options.
Yeah,
as far
no,
as the
he's
door's
just gonna
concerned.
walk through because the last time we had blinding lights, we have to go through it. Or we're just gonna stand here being blind. So
ZZ starts walking towards, like with her hands out, starts like trying to like find Demas.
Talia,
Edwin will. Edwin's also going to go through the door.
no problem.
I
Talia.
guess we're running.
So you guys are all going through the door. Nice. Well done. You find
Thanks,
yourselves.
we did it, guys.
You find yourselves walking out of a different shack. This one is in what looks like a cutout or maybe the outskirts of a forest. There's a half elf woman who's a bit older who's immediately running up to you. And she looks like she's got the devil in her eyes. And immediately snaps at Demas being the first person to walk through and goes, "What the hell are you doing in there?"
Ma'am, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't know where I was.
And that gives you permission to enter someone's house.
This is making more sense. No, it's not. What?
As the rest of you are piling out, she like calms herself a little bit, feeling like she may be outnumbered, but the anger and animosity on her face has not changed. She goes, "I'm going to need an explanation."
Well, when we went in there, it was my house.
But if I explain that to you, it's going to make everything a lot worse.
Magic.
That
Wait,
one
for
has
now.
the tiny weird child has a point.
For now, I suggest we leave the Karen and just run.
How do you know
She-
her name?
She looks
That's
at you and
weird.
she goes, "It's not Karen.
Oh.
I would not have such an undignified name. My name is Celeste."
Allie has feelings. Oh,
Hello, ma'am. Lovely to meet you. I apologize that we were in your home. We'll just be going.
failed teleportation spell. Could you tell us where we are?
She looks around and she goes, "How do you not know? Where did you teleport from?"
His Shedwin?
What is a Shedwin?
It's a shed that belongs to Edwin. I thought that would be very clear.
He doesn't know your name. Why would that be clear, dummy?
You thought your teleportation would work too, so obviously there's a lot of non-clear things happening.
Yeah, this you live on the outskirts of NevaeH, yeah?
Yes.
He just kind of looks at him like, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Like he goes, "Oh yeah, we were on the outskirts of NevaeH, like at the forest. Is that where that's the best I got."
She looks at you like, "What's NevaeH?"
Okay, well, where are we?
Different than Old Vaya.
There was an old one?
Well, if there's a new one, there would have to have been an old one. You're not very bright, are you, Karen?
You're not very old, are you, Shedwin?
Her name's Celeste. She already told us. Stop it.
Ooh.
If you don't knock it off, somebody's gonna close your mouth for you. And,
I'd like to see that.
She kind of furrows and goes, "This is the dirt district of Estelion. I don't know what NevaeH is."
Large city.
Congrats. You're not far from another large city, so you teleported from Estelion then?
no, I think we might be very much in the wrong place. I
Told you all
apologize.
this
I know
stuff.
this is very confusing. Magic is weird.
She goes,
I-
"I've seen a spell or two go wrong in my time. It's fine. Just make yourselves comfy. There's not much here. Don't stay out after dark. Orcs like to raid."
Told y'all to stop thinking.
Uh-huh.
That's why I didn't
okay.
think. He goes, "Okay, thank you so much, ma'am." And as he starts to walk away, he pauses for a second. And he turns back to her and he goes, "Miss Celeste,
Hmm?
do you This is going to sound insane. Do you happen to know a green tiefling man named Demas?
She kind of like frowns as she looks at you. She goes, "No."
Okay. I had to check. Thank you. And then just turns to walk away from her so that they can go figure shit out.
Susie looks at her, looks at the shed, looks at her, and then just spins on her heels and follows Demon, just like rubbing her head.
When I follow my comrades, when are we?
Would we have the knowledge of the name of Estelion from being, according to the dreaming, 5,000 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Demas goes, he's like rubbing his temples. He goes, okay, I know I'm the pretty one, not the smart one, but I'm not bad with history.
Yeah, that's not my thing.
Remember those lessons we had in school as kids about before the calamities? Like 5,000 years ago, before the calamities?
I think I got most of those knocked out of my head during my training, but
Adds up.
sure.
We're around then. That's when Estelion existed last.
Right?
Looking.
That's when orc raids were excessively common. Before the heroes. Or in the time of the heroes.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if the magic here is different?
Yes.
Let's see.
Me checking my character. Oh, I do have.
Cole
never
actively
mind.
doing like old timeline math.
NevaeH lore math.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so if the orcs are still attacking, this is Paradise Lost. This is like active old Demas. Where would we have been if the orcs were still attacking and we appeared in Estelion? I think we were in the city of Estelion.
Estelion is the.
This is when Ren asked for uppies. When we
I
went
got
to the church
14.
and
That's right.
What'd you get?
A 14.
Nicely done. It feels like astral and umbral energy.
Balanced.
No. Roll higher.
I
I mean, I can just cast detect magic if I need to.
That would be more useful.
I cast detect magic on my paladin with no intelligence bonus. All right, it's a paladin.
There's an excessive amount of dream magic masquerading itself like astral and umbral energy, but it's unbalanced because it flows in the air like a wafting ambience. So at any given moment, anyone who's using Arcana to just kind of check their surroundings could get a strong whiff of either one or some combination of both, but not that even dispersion as if it were actually balanced.
Oh, wait.
Excuse me.
No, we're still in where we think we.
Right,
The magic. It's still dream magic.
but yes. But that's where it's put us in our current knowledgeable timeline. Is 5,000 years prior.
I think you thought too much about a version of.
Oh
you.
no, my head was fully empty when I touched that door.
All right.
Is
Well, so we've been
think
taken super far back in time. which makes absolutely no sense.
I didn't get to finish my sentence, Cole. I was saying I think you thought too much about you're the version of you from now before you touched the door and it happened.
Yeah, not a clue because it was still moving right up until I touched it. Okay, Cole's trying to figure out how to not metagame this. Because Cole knows where we probably should head. Demas wouldn't have a fucking clue, though, because what he's just explained is all he knows.
Neither Cole nor Demas have a clue of what's going on thus far. I can assure you that
Cole's trying!
neither Cole nor Demas have a clue about what's going on. Would you like to know why? I can tell you on an out of character level why.
Please.
You're only following one story that you remember. It's not one story. But I can explain that in character if you like.
We're going to need something in character because right now we've got one elven woman who was like, you're crazy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I totally understand. I didn't want to distract you guys as, play and everything. But as you guys are sitting there discussing where you are, when you are, and how you are, you can casually hear, and the entire house explodes. I need you all, actually, never mind. I just need you to roll a Constitution saving throw, I think. Knockback, that's Constitution, right? Brace, athletics, I don't know. It's one of those two.
Something.
Yeah, I can't decide. Don't care enough. Roll a Constitution or an athletics to your heart's content to not get knocked back from the explosion.
16.
I'll take the athletics, thanks.
On a con saving throw, that's a 22.
Nat
an
20.
Nice. 16, nat 20, and you got an 18?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You all brace in time through whatever means you have decided as the small hut explodes around you. Who's got good hands? I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna roll a random. Oh wait, actually, now's a great time to read off what your wonderful rolls were. Violet, for the next minute, you are impervious to all damage. Everything is considered damage.
Violet is unconscious for the next minute, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the second time Vi's been hit with that. No, wait, Ali was hit with it before.
So you can no longer breathe, or do any of the things because it's all considered damage and you're immune to it. You immediately collapse on the floor. Don't worry, it's not as worse as Talia's. You turn into a potted plant for the one full rotation of the sun. While you're a plant, you are incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage. You cannot communicate beyond slightly moving your leaves. If you drop it to exactly 1 hit point, your pot breaks and your form reverts. As the smoke stops billowing, you can see Zizi has completely collapsed and passed out and is not breathing, and Talia is gone, and in their place is a wonderful, small but growing eucalyptus tree.
Demas, I'm
Demas,
not gonna lie, mate.
Yeah.
This is definitely on you for being a cheese before bed kind of guy.
As,
sure.
As the debris is falling around you, the corpse of whoever was inside of that building happens to finally hit the ground.
Does it land on the potted plant?
No.
I was hoping. Okay, so all this is fucked. I'm pretty sure reality is not reality at all, ever, and never has been. And he just goes to, he looks at Vi, he goes, or at Azizi and goes, deal with her in a minute. Plants? Dead body, gonna look at that. And so he goes to investigate the dead body.
No problem. Pictures on the screen. I'll post it in the sidecar for you guys as well.
Thank God for a good score. Oh wait, that was the wrong person.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think the dead body matters too much.
No!
The dead body is not the woman Celeste that you saw moments ago, but her daughter.
You're gonna make me cry.
Oh, he was off by about 500 years. It's fine.
As the dead body is there, and the hair is, fried crispy bits and stuff, you can see the char. The woman Celeste starts to walk out of the flames, and her form starts to change, and it's doing the same weird glitchy that the door was doing. And her voice changes from a woman saying, "I tried to stop her," to a man saying, "I tried to stop him." And as he says this, Adriana's body changes to Demas's body. And the man says, "He wanted me dead because of a deal that he made. It wasn't my fault." And the man collapses on the floor, and everything fades to white.
Oh god.
God, I haven't seen that face in a fucking minute.
As the fading stops, you find yourselves in the small cathedral of this same location. Everyone's wearing black, and it looks like there are evident funeral honors that are about to take place. You're still a plant. You have been meticulously placed by someone near the casket. It is a closed casket, but water check. Oh yeah, I don't have water, and I'm waiting for my coworker to bring me my bottle.
Is there a weird tall green guy in the crowd?
No, the weird tall green guy is in a picture frame next to the closed casket. Standing next to the casket is Olive, his dearly beloved wife, who is not crying, but just staring at it. You're all in the audience. Zizi, you suddenly can breathe and like take a gasp of air as if you haven't been able to for like the last decade. You guys talk it over. I'll be right back.
So, for those unaware, reliving the deaths of old characters, or killing old characters, depending on which one we're talking about.
Lore implications. The current Demas that you can see on the screen is a third reincarnation of the original Demas, whose death we just witnessed, and the blonde girl was his great-great-great-granddaughter, who was also my character.
You like torturing yourself.
That's crazy.
I didn't plan to go to my own funeral.
Okay,
What
so
did you think was going to happen when he asked if you wanted to play another version of Demas?
I'm gonna be so honest. I don't know at this point. This is Eddie we're talking about.
That's fair. I'm going to go back to being a potted plant.
Yeah.
I wiggle my leaves a little bit up on the altar.
Demas.
okay,
Yeah.
so Demas is dead.
This is the death that put him in hell. Yeah, that explosion would be from his original backstory, where once his wife and kids were taken by hell, he went to his mentor, who taught him everything about being a warlock,
Right.
to kill him with fireball in a shack. And it killed himself instead.
Right, okay, and then, but in this iteration, the wife is there.
Because heaven and hell were already closed.
Mm.
So even if she had died. Because remember, we had parts of her soul in different places. So we had part of her soul that we met in the abyss. There was part of her that was absolutely still on Earth, and there was part that was in hell. And we had 4 pieces. So, oh god,
I'm just gonna eat my donut. While
this
I'm
was
crying.
probably, god damn it. Oh, this would have been 25 years prior to the end of Paradise Lost. Now, the funeral is.
Oh my gosh.
Like, on the nose, because he spent 25 years in hell.
Wolf.
Man, damn it, Eddie. that was a lot, real fast.
Yeah. I was
Um,
hoping y'all'd figure it out. You told me to tell you. I told you.
I wouldn't have figured it out. Ow. I didn't anticipate that number of Demas deaths in this campaign. So okay, back to the playing. Demas looks around, and when he sees the portrait of Demas 1, that's all I can call him at this point. And Demas Alpha, I don't know. Original. So he's recognized now because of what happened whenever he tried to wake up, that was him at one point in some capacity. Does he recognize Olive as well as Demas 1's wife, or would he have any?
You wouldn't currently have any indication of who she is.
Okay.
But the casket is closed. It's just a picture.
Right. Okay. I can figure out why he killed himself with fireball by accident. Warlocks. He sees the photo of Demas, recognizing this is absolutely the funeral of his past life, and somberly approaches the woman standing next to the casket, the way one would at like the visitation portion of the funeral arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
And puts his hand on top of hers and says, "I'm so terribly sorry for your loss, ma'am."
She pulls her hand back really quickly. Were you looking at her, or were you looking at her hand when you put your hand on her?
At her.
Gotcha. She pulls her hand, and as she does, her face is glitching, and she frowns at you, and she goes, "You didn't have to kill them. They were just kids. They wouldn't have said anything."
I didn't do that. I told him not to.
Could you?
I didn't do that.
She snatches her hand away fully and walks down the chapel lane, and is headed out the door.
Can ZZ hear this?
Yeah.
Is BZ still on 1 HP?
Yeah.
Cool. So ZZ, after gasping for air and like trying to sit up, just, like coughing and like hacking, she like looks up at Demas and says, "What the fuck happened?"
It
I wave my leaves.
he points at the photo, because the surroundings haven't changed, just her face changed. Yeah.
I would say as you're looking around, the photo has changed from original Demas to the 2 teenagers.
He goes, "When the explosion happened, a girl, a really beautiful elven girl. Her body landed next to us, but when we looked at it, it changed. And it was his body.
Mm.
And a man came running out of the shack that exploded, saying something about he wanted, like, the other Demas wanted him dead and tried to kill him because of a deal gone bad. And then we were here at his funeral. And I approached what must have been a family member. And her face changed. That's about when you woke up.
Now we're at the funeral of 2 kids.
2 teenage elves, yes.
Okay, what's their relevance to all this?
When I was younger and learning how to be a thief, I did what thieves do and joined an amateur thieves guild with my best friend James. And we had a job where we were trying to get back some schematics for my parents' company that were stolen by a competitor, and we got caught by these 2 kids. And we knocked them out and left and got out and everything. And when we got out, she told me we had to go back and kill them because no witnesses. I said we couldn't do that. It was unnecessary. It was an extra risk. It was wrong. And we went our separate ways to, I thought, go home. I went home. And the next day, those kids were dead.
Right. So your friend killed them.
He never outright said so, but he was a follower of Mel.
Hmm.
He'd do anything to get his way.
What are the rest of the people doing in this room?
They're not moving.
Ooh.
Does the plant move a little bit?
The plant does move a little bit.
Cool.
Zizi, she like gets up, she's like holding herself, and she's like limps over to Demas. And she pats him on the shoulder.
Somebody stands up and follows behind you.
Zizi turns around to face the individual.
The woman doesn't stop walking as you go to face him, and it's definitely Celeste. And walks up directly to Demas, and I'm gonna roll to hit. What's your AC?
15.
Yeah, you get backhanded with 6 points of damage. It's strong.
She always was.
Immediately yells, "Liar!" And as you get smacked, the entire room in the blink of an eye changes back to the small house. Except there's no windows this time, and all of you, including the potted plant, are somewhere underground. Now, potted plant, Zizi, and Edwin are in the back of this room. There is one table with 4 chairs, 2 pillars. Both those pillars have chains. On the left pillar, there is a young half-elf girl with very frizzy long blonde hair who's tied to it. On the right pillar is Demas.
Mystery.
Celeste looks directly at Adriana and goes, "This wouldn't have happened if you had just listened to me. Now your friends are dead. You're lucky we could save this one," and points to Demas. She turns around without looking at any of you who are not tied up and storms back up the staircase.
Okay, she's not very fun. About how far away am I from? Okay, wait. Is it? Is it Green Demas that's tied up?
No.
It's this
Hey,
Demas.
Current
Okay.
Demas is tied to a pillar next to another pillar that has Adriana tied to it. As her mother just stormed out of the room. You three are still in the room. The potted plant reverts back to Talia.
What the fuck?
You are finding yourself in a huddled fetal position on the ground. All of your belongings have returned to you.
That's good. Thank you.
Oh, there you are, Talia.
This, and in this, if I'm recognizing the description you've given aptly, I'm in the place of Darren.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the best friend that Addie accidentally got killed? That then Dark Celeste, her mom, kept reviving with soul magic.
Got this,
Yep,
like,
that's him.
human
That's
slave,
where I'm
a
at right
human
now.
zombie slave.
Literally nothing he could do.
I am Azizi slowly limps over to Demas.
When Demas tries to move in the chains, is he able to tell that these are in fact magical?
Unless he's doing something to detect their magic, he wouldn't know that they're magical.
Okay. Cole just has a weird memory on some of this shit.
Has it physically been 10 minutes since my detect magic went off?
Yes.
Okay. Talia moves to your name is Zizi. Wow. And lays a hand on her back. And gives her like 10 HP.
Like, geez, thanks. Daisy like stretches and immediately reaches out to try to undo the chain.
They're not breaking.
When Demas looks across at Addie, she, I'm guessing, looks worse for wear.
Yes.
Very manhandled.
Mm-hmm. The physical
And-
abuse is evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, evident.
And he looks at her and he goes, "Hey, you."
She like raises her head and kind of turns towards you.
Shit happens. You didn't kill your friends.
She doesn't say anything and just lowers her head again.
People are wrong all the time. It doesn't make their deaths your responsibility. And whatever happened, this isn't what you deserve in life.
As Demas is talking to her, Zizi's looking back and forth between the two of them and then looks over her shoulder. Can one of you with muscles come help me out with this?
I mean, I have a plan, but Demas is not going to like it.
I like it already. What is it?
If we can't get him out of the chains, we can cut his hands off and take him to a priest later.
Okay. I don't like it anymore.
He hears that at the end of his like statements to Addie and goes, "Yeah, we're not doing that. I need these." And he just kind of wiggles his fingers under the chains.
There's another voice
Well-
in the room that goes, "It's not a bad idea."
Hmm.
Can't say I saw that one coming. And it 110% sounds like Ellie, who you met before.
Guys,
Woo!
remember where we are. And just think about the change not being there.
This Ellie appears and is not the Ellie y'all met last time, as the green is a little bit darker and her features are a little bit sharper. While she still is retaining that same age in appearance, the sunken eyes give you a distinct feeling of dread.
You look a little different.
She goes, "You all look about the same."
Well, it's been about 20 minutes since we last saw you.
I don't really keep track of time in my place, but you've pulled a few shenanigans between the last time I saw you and now. No matter. I've got a new bargain for you.
I'm listening.
What's that?
I recognize you may not remember the last one, and I don't care to refresh your memory. You'll get there. This time around, it's really simple. I will get you out of this loop, and in exchange, you will get me out of the dreaming. It's basically the same offer as before. 2 of you. Well, it was 3 of you last time, but I can tell that at least 2 of you still have the gift. Open a door. Let me be free.
I'm all for taking it, but I'm gonna leave the decision with you here, mate.
What? How?
I don't have the gift.
No.
She looks
And-
to Talia and frowns and goes, "Well, you're much more sure of yourself this time. It's understandable."
No.
He
you
leans over
can't
to.
have it.
She looks at Talia. Why not?
I told you all what I learned. I mean, most of it, at least.
Bemis leans his head back on the pillar and goes, "Besides, if you just end the cycle for us, I won't complete the cycle. There's
You
a
don't have
difference."
to.
I do.
No, you don't.
Completing the cycle earns the gift.
But 2 of you already have the gift.
And you
I would
can't
like to
have
go
it.
as well.
You want to get out of here? I'll take you with me. Come on now, I've even sweetened the deal. I wasn't so generous last time, but we already know we can't fight each other. Or I guess at least I can't fight you, so let's not delay the inevitable.
Demons,
The last-
mate. It's a good deal.
He just closes his eyes. The last time I left the dreaming, I wasn't complete enough to stay. It's how I came back.
That's unfortunate. Well, any other takers?
I'll take that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll go together then.
No, you're giving her. No, Edwin. you
me-
won't make it back.
In case you haven't noticed, our lives in here amount to basically squat. We are a
Would you
shadow
rather
of the
be in
people that we're.
hell?
Yeah. At least I know where I stand.
How much of your life prior to the dreaming do you remember?
Not much.
So how do you actually know where you stand?
Because in case you haven't noticed, I'm lacking in a certain amount of moral fiber. I don't think there's a clear definition of me going anywhere other than hell. So we might as well make the deal with the all powerful lady over there. You get out of this current clusterfuck, and I go where I'm ending up.
If she was all powerful, don't you think she could get herself out?
She frowns and goes, "Well, that's quite unfair. If an all-powerful creature breathed air, would you expect it to live at the bottom of the ocean?"
Wouldn't be very powerful, would it?
Can't go where I cannot. Unless you let me. Listen.
How did you end up where?
She frowns and goes, "Mother and Auntie decided to leave me here. Maybe it was fear. Maybe they weren't strong enough. I don't know."
You said you didn't have a mother.
True. That is still on my to-do list.
Who's your auntie then?
The frigid bitch that sent you on this quest.
Would she, or would Demas have just gone, yes, Alice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Well-
I've told you all.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I could. I'm gonna be honest with all this back and forth. Whew,
Yeah, no. I did, in
I'm
fact-
struggling to keep timelines.
Inform you all that I talked to Alice and that she told me it was dream magic. And then I had said the words that it's going to give you what you want, but it's taking something from you, and whatever it's trying to take is the thing we need to stop everything else from ending.
Demas just goes. I mean, Alice doesn't want you to leave yet.
Alice doesn't want me to leave at all.
And
Why-
why is
why-
that?
Well, think about her powers. Think about everything she can do. She is an eternal being connected to an element that must exist in the real world. Imagine the world without ice. Such a simple concept, but how it would reshape lands, destroy populations, civilizations. It'd be horrendous. Imagine the world without cold. She has to exist
Mm-hmm.
unless I'm there. Because
What are you-
in the dream, anything's possible. Someone
Yes.
You
needs to
motherfucker.
Thank you. Someone needs to fill the void, and she can't do it. She can't stop the magic out there. She can't put the world at peace. And for whatever reason, she thinks you can.
Then perhaps you should put some faith in your elders.
You don't know how long I've been around. You don't know how much faith I've given and lost to them. So don't talk out of turn.
Seems like they don't like to tell you much anyways.
I've already been offered a door out of here. I'm not gonna use it to let you poison the room.
Okay. She smiles and goes, Edwin, let's not fight again.
I'm not looking to throw hands.
Exactly.
I'll let you out.
And I'll let you out.
Open it.
It's that simple. I mean, unless you think your friends are going to stop you. One's chained up and one is short.
One is very short. You are correct.
The fiery redhead here seems to be the only real threat.
Interesting.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that, Edwin.
While she's going off and most likely not actually paying too terribly much attention to whatever I'm doing as I'm
No, she's
not
completely turned
threat.
around.
Perfect. I'd like to, as quietly as possible, try to sleight of hand free myself out of the chains.
Go for it. Roll that dice.
Oh, this is one of my really good skills, so I'm very excited to get to use it finally. Not only is it a +7, but that's a nat 20.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
I know
You've-
it doesn't necessarily mean anything because of where we're at, but like,
You've dislocated your hand in such a fashion that as it's slipping out, you can catch the chains, preventing it from rattling. This extra slack has allowed the rest of your body to slip out, and you very softly, like feather falling, land on the ground and stand back up with the chain in hand.
and so then friggin' Talia and Edwin and Zizi would all be facing me, yeah?
Yes.
And he like silently holds up the chain and just holds up a finger. She does not need to know I am a threat again.
Talia's eyes are fixed on Edwin.
Edwin, there are people that are hoping to rescue you. You can make yourself whole again right now. You can get away from all the dream magic that you hate so much. I mean, sure, I'll go with you, but I have no interest in meddling in your tiny affairs. I have a whole world to explore.
The whole world to fill with dream magic.
To fix with dream magic. You don't know what's going on
No.
out there.
You?
Yes. You think people don't dream about it? The dreaming
know which
connects
ones
to
are real.
all sleeping people. Because it's me. I was born into this. I know the difference between memories and dreams. And just because I can't hurt you doesn't mean your memories and your dreams can't hear. But I can tell the difference. I know the things that I fabricate and allow my residents to fabricate versus what they bring in of their own. Whoever's orchestrated for you to collect these gifts is beyond me. I mean, we all know it was Halo. But beyond that, I just want to help. And if you don't like my help in the way that I would give it, that's fair. That's understandable. But I'm not asking you, Talia. She looks over her shoulder to the right. Well, not over the shoulder. You're still behind, so you're a plant. Yeah, she turns her head towards you. He goes, I'm not asking you. I'm asking someone else for a chance, an opportunity to save themselves. Or we can wait. You'll meet me again. Some version of me that doesn't have a recollection of this conversation. But if my memory serves, one of you may die. I hope you make the right decisions again. Or have you not noticed that one of you's already gone? See, in the dreaming,
Really?
it's very easy to block out things that you don't want to imagine, as much as it is to conjure something new. It wasn't me. Or it's not me this time. That already happened.
Amos just goes, "You've waited this long. Can't you just be patient a little longer? We're pretty quick on our feet."
You don't get it. Every time you meet me, you're meeting a younger version of me. And I'm meeting an older version of you. So sure, I'll wait. Time is irrelevant. But the next version of me that you meet, and however more whole you guys are, it's just going to make that hunger all the more. If you've already met a version of me based off of the dream timeline, I imagine she just didn't see enough in you to pursue it. So sure, wait until you're all complete. See how dangerous things get. Because I remember. I'm offering you another way out.
You can be as hungry as you want.
Quiet.
You can be as hungry as you want. Dream magic will stay in the dream.
And so will you. And she disappears.
Demas looks at Edwin and goes, "Literally, if you had tried, I was going to chain you to the pillar next, so..."
I wasn't going to be that nice about it.
Edwin, in your head, there is a voice that just casually whispers, you can still leave.
Edwin thinks back. As soon as I can, if you please.
Demas looks at him and goes, "Regardless of your lack of moral fiber, we gave you the opportunity to resolve your shit. The least you can do is have the courtesy to give us the same."
And also,
You are welcome to resolve it.
Not if you leave. Not if you give... Oh, sorry.
I know what happened when you resolved your shit. I know you were already off. If you were going to take it, you should have taken it then. Taking it out and allowing the energy that is here flowing around us to go back to the world we knew. Or no, I don't know. This will not help it. You want to do this to everyone else who lives?
Amos goes and kneels down next to Addie and starts working on her chains. And just casually says, "Besides, if you're going to be a coward, you could have at least done it like your father did."
Lucy stands and she's like rubbing her hands together and looking between everybody. Like just casually nods and then she like spins on her heels. She's gonna go. She's gonna go to like the other side of like the cavern. Was it like a cavern or like a room?
It's a room. It's like a basement.
She goes to the other side of the room where we were before. And she pulls out her violin. She's just kind of standing there thinking for a minute.
As
Would you like me to roll to undo
no,
Addie?
No, it'll be
Okay.
okay. You get the last chains off, and she kind of falls and like collapses into your arms.
And he just holds on to her. Is she like breathing and everything just fine, just very clearly abused?
She's glitching. And she's getting younger and smaller in your hands. And as you're playing the music, Zizi, the shed is slowly, not the shed, the hut is slowly fading away. You guys are seeing beams of light going through first the wood and the rafters as they're turning into tree leaves. And you find yourselves in the middle of the forest, not far beyond the outskirts that you have been in as a whole. And you're holding one of Original Demus's kids.
Liam or Lucy?
You tell me.
I don't.
You choose your
I would
trauma.
assume. I know, yeah. In Cole's brain, it makes more sense that it would have become Lucy, a direct lineage.
That works. Lucy doesn't look well. Her skin is pale. Her eyes are closed, and she's got a weird cough. And Liam comes out of the trees and is running up to you. And it goes, "Oh, mister, do you have any medicine?"
He goes, I don't have any on me right now, but I'd like to take you home to help you get better. Where are your parents?
Goes, "My dad's coming."
Is he in the woods?
I don't know.
What's your dad's name?
Demus.
What's your name?
My name's Liam. My dad's really strong and he can help. But we ate some berries
Yeah.
and we weren't supposed to.
Oh, sweetheart. How's your tummy feeling? Are you feeling sick too?
He goes, "I don't know. I'm scared."
That's okay to be scared, though. Let's go find your dad. And he picks up little Lucy and starts walking in the direction that Liam came from.
All right, cool. You guys are walking back. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'll follow along.
Is all just following along? All right. Going through the trees. And Liam goes, "You know, we normally don't eat weird things out here. It's kind of strange."
Yeah, that is kind of strange. Seems you guys live around here?
Not far. If we follow
Yeah.
this path, eventually we'll make it home.
Okay. Well, we'll make sure you get home, and we'll make sure your sister is safe and sound when we get you there. How's that
Oh.
sound?
He nods and he you can see a relief. Oh, what's your question?
Does the other kid seem poisoned?
No.
Cool. Just checking.
Oh, go ahead.
Edwin I would like to make a survival check to gather up some medicinal herbs on the way through.
No problem. Go for it.
17 plus my 8 in medicine, so 25.
You can almost immediately spot like an aloe leaf that would work for like any bandaging and stuff. But the extract from it would also be really good for like to ease tummies and potentially create regurgitation if it's a little bit too potent. And that your thought process is, hey, this could be helpful immediately.
He's gonna gather some up and just put them in his little pouch.
Perfect. Liam skips over towards Zizi and goes, "We're almost the same height." Well, now you're muted.
Well, well, almost.
He looks at you and chuckles and he goes, "I was about your height when they took me."
When who took you?
He's gone.
Who's gone?
No, he's gone.
No.
Oh, he's gone.
Liam's
Here?
It was like he blinked out of existence. Demus, your hands are empty. And right at that moment, Big Jolly Green Demus is running through the trees. And immediately he's like, "Where are my kids?
You were just here.
Who are you guys?"
You're gonna think we're crazy. I think we're crazy. I think I'm you.
He kind of frowns and he looks at you. He goes, "That doesn't make any sense." And we're gonna go on break. When we return, we will be playing our B characters. Please enjoy this 10-minute segue while I switch the characters over and we all stretch our limbs and all that jazz. You are still on camera right now because I gotta press a button real quick. A couple buttons.
And I need to get out my other character sheet. There we go.
Holy crap. Ouch.
Yeah, that didn't feel good at all. Poor kids. They're gone.
Ouch. Very big ouch.
Did I get everyone? I got everyone. All right, switching to the intermission screen. Relax, stretch your limbs. Oh, it's just black now. Okay, well, that's man.
It's mine.
I don't know. Oh, it's yours.
Yeah, it's mine. I had flipped my camera lens
Gotcha. Okay.
to the.
No, I actually have it off. There we go, and that doesn't work either. How about this one? That's just
So that's
just D&D.
Oh,
You know what? This is what I like to call
Discord.
future me problems. So enjoy the black screen, guys, while we go on intermission. We'll be back with the B characters.
That was a lot of rapid ouch. Fun fact about Cole is I keep everything. So when we started going through all of the backstories of every character I've played in this campaign, I pulled up all their background sheets so I could remember some fucking names.
It was a good idea because when I initially dropped Celeste, I didn't think you caught it.
It took me a second longer because I could not remember what the fuck I named her parents.
Adriana's crazy ass mom.
Dude, her mom and her grandma were nuts.
So what I realized, what your connecting trauma was I called it in my notes. It says death by osmosis, but it's essentially
Everything that touches me dies.
something around you or near you that you love and care about dying.
Yeah.
Or something you don't love and care about, but it's death having an impact on your characters. So with Adriana, it was her friends going on that adventure. With Demas, it was the kids in the deal being redeemed. With
Sammy,
Samdy's parents
his
were
mom.
already gone. Yeah.
And his dad had disappeared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then with this Demas, it was the two teens that died during that heist.
Yep. Well, and I know there was some fun historical links that you had wanted to explore during Shattered Memories of like family trauma. And I'm like seeing it now. I'm like, oh, he's doing it now because we didn't get to then.
Yeah, it's all connected. They're all tethered.
I'm like, oh, this is the most painful.
Yep.
Oh, God.
The lessons for one can exist for another.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've only got 5 characters worth of trauma to deal with to get right now, immediately.
Sammy's probably the only one that we won't really dive
That's
into,
fair.
but
This was weird.
we'll see what happens on the next one.
Well, because Samdy 1, since he had the rebirth, Samdy 1 would have been probably the closest to the Demas trauma. Samdy 2, fucking useless here.
I'm gonna make some popcorn. It's combat time.
So, welcome to Cole Gibbs her character's all the trauma she can't process in therapy. Um, hmm. Oh, I realized what the internal thought he has is. Oh, and it's been one of those subconscious thoughts. Oh, it's gross. Oh, I want to see I want to see Eddie's face whenever I tell it to him. Though he probably figured it out well before I did. As is par for the course with us. Oh, you're good, Yami. The worst part is the thing I'm about to say is absolutely what I was referring to. Um, I don't think, Yami, that it'll blow your mind so much as break your heart.
How you doing there, Cole?
So, and you had your headphones off. I had a realization of the underlying very subconscious thought that every iteration of Demas has had based off of Mystery's statement of death by osmosis. And I'm waiting for Eddie to come back because I want to see his face when I say it. And it's so good. Cole's hurting. Cole is hurting.
Is that because Dreamus has to watch Demas suffer through the loss again?
So this is more of that you're lore blind. Whenever little Liam looked at Zizi and said, "I was about your height when they took me," he's referring to when he was 7 and his sister was 5. Hell came and swallowed them up because that was his warlock pact.
Gross.
Which was a huge part of Demas 1's trauma. Was watching his children and his wife on repeat for 26 years burned to death.
On
Which
repeat.
is why I almost cried when they disappeared.
I was like, oh god, oh no, oh fuck.
There she goes.
There she goes again.
Back to hell to be burned alive. Over and over again.
You're gonna make Cole cry again.
I've been crying off and on all night.
Oh, I've noticed. Don't worry.
Hey, Demas's trauma is deep and recurring.
Well, and I can't remember if you had walked away already whenever I said it to Eddie. Remember when we were doing Shattered Memories and he was like, "Oh yeah, Addie's gonna deal with all this generational trauma that just is passed down throughout the family and that she has no idea you've all been reliving." And then we didn't get to do that.
Yeah.
He's decided now is the time for this. Excuse me. Yeah.
Never throw away a good story.
Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. What a stupid fucking quote. I'm killing way more than 2 people, idiot.
Just take everyone down with me. Oh, alright, bringing up NevaeH.
Oh yeah, y'all have different names again. Oh fuck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
It's fine, they'll be on my other
table.
screen. Oh, God. On the realization of this subconscious thought, I'm 90% sure Mystery realized far longer ago than I just did. Which is why I want to see his face when I see it. Damn it, popcorn takes too long.
He's making garlic popcorn.
Mm-hmm. Damn right. There he is. So, Eddie, you're gonna love it. It's beautiful. I'm gonna cry later. Externally, Demas has always done the shit happens. Like, it can't be my fault. How could that all possibly be exclusively tied to one person? The subconscious thought is explicitly they would have all lived perfectly productive lives had they never met me. I am just an omen of death.
Do you want my response?
You already knew, didn't ya?
Gotta mute my mic.
Don't talk to me like this right now. You. We're gonna fight, Eddie. We're gonna physically fight.
Why I muted my mic? I was like, I can't say this one on stream.
Good news. None of the Demas iterations have any of those.
Popcorn's decent, but it's still missing salt for some reason.
Oh, in which case, then I'll cast Winter Orb. That's salty enough.
Don't worry, I can put my tears in a glass jar and mail it to you. Damn.
Well, I added garlic salt in it. It's not enough. It's okay. I fixed it. Hello, we're back. Are y'all ready?
I'm here.
No, but let's go.
First, I gotta change the overlay.
Yes and no, this character takes more energy. Yeah, hype up.
What am I playing? Oh, a barbarian. This is simple. Rage smash, rage smash, rage smash.
As long as you don't fight a staircase, I don't care.
Let's go ahead and switch over to that grid.
Oh,
Hey. Oh, that's right. I'm unconscious on the ground.
Mhm.
Don't
And I am not doing great.
don't worry. My plan is to rush over to you and kung fu you back to life.
it's fine. I have
You
31
know?
hit points. We're fine, guys.
I can't wait to
You're
see how
fine.
this kung fu works.
No, that's exactly how my kung fu works.
And you like hit the exact pressure point to wake someone up.
Yeah, I'm like a dragon if a dragon was a chi blocker from Avatar.
I'm here for this. I don't know, man. If I'm unconscious, I don't have to exude that much energy. Let's go wake me up so I can like destroy all these bandits in one shot.
Since the horse is obliterated and the wagon is also gone, I will not be putting it on the screen. Consider debris that you do not have to. It's not harsh terrain or anything to that effect. But meanwhile, back in reality, the four of you have all narrowly survived the explosion of a caravan and its horse, as a trap was triggered by Cassandra. As you're brushing yourselves off and dusting yourselves off and all that jazz, you find yourself surrounded by 5 bandits. NevaeH is somewhere in the bushes behind you all, and all the bandits are looking at you with unsavory gleams in their eyes. The one nearest to you goes, "All right." I'm gonna say the one nearest to Sammy goes, "All right, let's make this simple. We don't want your things. We want you to stop doing what you're doing. We like the world as it is. We heard enough of the cold woman to know y'all are on some mission to save the world. We're just not interested in that. So don't try to offer and bribe us anything. You've got 2 choices. Go back the way you came, or go meet yourselves in whatever afterlife you believe in."
Oh shit, I'm a caster here. My bad.
For clarity's sake, these
Respectfully
guys all have the
speaking.
same stat points, with tweaked health, and that's about it.
And the one closest to me is like 10 feet away. Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh, they're so far away.
yell back to the one at Sammy. Counteroffer. I paint the side of this road with your internals, and we go on being heroes.
Sammy stands up and like stretches. Is like, that wasn't very nice.
In response, one runs away, further back, and the rest of them
which
draw
one is-
scimitars.
Which one is running away?
That was the one closest to Cassandra.
Cassie stands up and draws her axe.
He goes, that wasn't very nice, but shit, I transitioned.
Again.
Go
Yep,
ahead and roll for not intimidation. Go ahead.
Initiative.
Initiative. Thank you. I was like, it starts with an I. I know it.
Also, I lied. It's a battle axe.
That is a 28 for initiative.
Wow.
Wait, do I have advantage on initiative with this character?
18.
No.
I got a 19.
Too bad you're unfucking conscience.
I'm just taking a nap.
Sure.
16 plus 5, 21!
Taking an old person nap.
Mm-hmm. Got you, Granny.
All right. Uncle, we'll go first.
What?
All right.
Did I say your name right?
Yeah, Arco.
Okay. Arco. I said Uncle.
I know. I was like, who the fuck are you talking about?
Your name tags are on your characters, so I'm reading it. And I'm like, is that
I
an
know.
R or an N?
You're the one who picked the font.
You are correct. It's just smaller on this screen.
All right. Instantly, Arco is going to rush the guy close to him, north on the map.
Gotcha.
And perform an exquisite amount of kung fu on this motherfucker. So, first roll to hit. What is my Right, so my unarmed strike is +8 to hit. Does a 21 hit?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me get my D8.
Well, I'm about to have the good time.
I am about to have the good time.
Everybody was like, you know what, Eddie? We're gonna beat the shit out of your NPCs for that.
Yeah, so
Hey.
that is first roll is 11 damage.
Nice.
Then I will roll for my second attack.
We do love a monk in this house.
That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
For 13 damage.
All right.
And then I have, give me a second. I should have spent 2 of my charges so I can deal an additional D8 necrotic damage on each of those hits. Do you mind if I spend those now?
You can do that.
Hell yeah! So 3 and another 3. So that's an additional 6 necrotic damage between those 2 hits.
You
And
have to roll
then
that
I've got
twice,
my
right?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm going to spend the final point to Flurry of Blows, which is just yet more damage. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so and then as a bonus action, I make 2 unarmed strike. So first one is a crit. It's a natural 20.
That'll hit.
You're gonna hit me no hit.
No, I said that'll hit. That'll hit.
Okay, good. Second one is a 17 plus 8 is 25
That'll
to
hit.
hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. So I'm just gonna. So that's 10 damage, and then 12 damage.
All right. Does that conclude your damage?
That does in fact conclude my actions for the turn, yes.
How would you like this guy to go out?
Have
Hey,
you
how much
seen
damage
Fist
total
of
was
the,
that?
Have you seen what?
Have you seen Fist of the North Star?
I think ages ago. You're gonna have to refresh my memory.
So when the character Ray, he's like, oh,
Okay, I thought so. Yeah, I was imagining the same
and
thing.
his like chest like kind of explodes and crumples before
So-
he spits out an insane amount of blood.
All you hear is this bandit go, "You're never gonna stop," and just like a barrage of punches, and like he's getting hit so feverishly and so quickly in succession that he doesn't have chance to maintain his balance, and he's slowly getting lifted off the ground as he's getting pummeled on repeat in the chest. He has spit up blood, but it has not stopped the the flurry of blows that is coming in immediately after. As the necrotic damage is spreading with every impact, you can see this man's chest just concave in and crumble as he is decimated, and just left his chest being left a bloody pulp, and he falls to the ground dead. How much necrotic damage did you do in total?
6 necrotic damage.
Perfect, thank you. That brings us to Cass.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
go to that one that's close to me. Actually, wait. Is there one right next to whatever Vi is called?
Zinnevi. The closest one to you is also the closest one to Zinnevi.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. so I'll move as close as I need to be. With my great axe already in hand. Bonus action, rage. Because who wouldn't rage? Rage is the best. Attack using strength with weapon or unarmed strike. You deal damage. What is the bonus damage? Oh, that. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna swing my great axe. Oh, fuck me. Does a 12 hit?
No, a 12 misses.
That's okay, because I have a second attack.
The first swing's just the miss swing is just the
The
wind
warm up.
I'm sure a 17 hits.
A 17 hits.
Okay. 7 plus 3? 10 damage?
10 damage with the X. That successfully
10
connects.
slashing damage. Cool. I don't think I can do anything else. Yeah, that's it. I said I don't think I can do anything else. That's it.
Oh, I didn't hear the that's it part. Very well. This you pull the axe, and the first swing he kind of like jumps back at, but mistakenly thinking that that's all you had in you, you quickly adjust your wrist and swing it back using that same momentum to slash very cleanly across his chest. He staggers a little bit, but looks like he can still fight.
Okay. Solid.
So they have at least 10 hit points.
That brings us to NevaeH. You are unconscious.
Yeah.
You can
I
roll to
am.
not be unconscious.
Oh, fuck
Roll
yeah.
a Constitution saving throw.
12.
You have rolled high enough to not be unconscious. You are no longer unconscious, and you find yourself prone on the ground behind a bush.
Oh.
You can hear the beating of fists, and the clean swipe of a battle axe.
Yeah, NevaeH just lets out a very painful groan. I'm assuming I don't get any other actions on this.
You can
turn.
say some words if you want. I'm joking.
Please don't choke. No, she just makes I'm dying sounds
Very well.
behind a bush.
That brings us to Sammy.
This might be one of my favorite characters I've gotten so far. Sammy smiles very lightly, and while pushing her sleeves up to her elbows, walks over to that one that's like 10 feet away from her and goes, "This is kind of a boring fight, but you hurt my friends and I, so I do what I must." Reminder that we talked about it before because it was transferred from a wild roll that was on Demas. I get max damage on my first turn, and on my first attack turn. And I'm going to use Vampiric Touch, which is a 3rd level necrotic self-healing spell. And I'm just going to reach out and touch him like in the creepiest possible way on his face. Let's see. Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
That's 18 damage for him and 9 health points recovered for me.
Empiric touch.
It's good shit.
That's like a quarter of your health.
It is, yeah.
Those 9 points of damage, you said?
18 points of damage necrotic for him.
Gotcha.
So my hand wreathes itself in dark shadows as it grazes his cheek and just leeches the life force out of his body and back into mine and like slowly just heals up some of the surface wounds. And she goes, "That's better. That's significantly better."
He immediately, naturally, would pull away, but the damage is done.
Oh, and then I'm going to use. I have a bonus action. Misty Step. To leap backwards towards what is your Cassandra? It's 30 feet. Into an unoccupied space I can see. It's instantaneous bonus action.
Gotcha. Moving to Cassandra. 10, 15, 20, 25. That will bring us to the bandits. The one furthest away is going to fire an arrow at Cassandra.
Okay.
What's your AC?
14.
It missed.
Cool.
It gets to fire twice. It missed twice.
Cool.
The one nearest to you has some sort of liquid that kind of like shoots out on his hand, equivalent to like where like how a hidden blade would retract, but it's just like a little spray. He shoots it out onto his hand, and then he wipes it on the scimitar, and as he's waving it around, you can see it start sparking, almost like flash paper or something like that. And he's going to swing to hit you.
Okay.
You missed. And with the second swing, what's your AC again?
14.
He hits you. What's your health at?
Well, 31, but also the type of damage matters.
It is 8 points of slashing damage. That is coming at you.
Well, okay.
Is that
I
not
need to go look
half
at
the
the-
floor if you're raging?
Yeah, isn't that halved? I need to.
Yeah, because it's resistance.
Damage
and
resistance.
resistance
I
is
have
flat
resistance
half.
to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, so I take 4 points of damage.
Gotcha. Immediately after the slash hits you, you can feel a real strong burning sensation where you got slashed at.
Like fire or poison or both?
Yes.
Ow! Motherfucker!
The other two, being that they wield scimitars, are going to... One's going to move in. I don't think that's enough. 5, 15, 20, 30. That actually is enough. And this one here... is going to move there. And that'll be turn for them.
Is the bottom one running away?
No, he's the one that fired the arrow at you.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I forgot about him. He didn't.
Oh, good.
You know.
They're all in a little cluster. I love that for me.
Never said they were smart. That brings us back to Arco.
All right. I'm gonna do something I call a strafing run. Which is where I use my draconic flight and my breath weapon.
Word.
So
Breath
I'm
weapon is in
gonna.
a straight line, right?
The breath weapon is a cone. So I can angle it so that it only hits them, only hits the bandits, and not Demas and Cassandra.
Let's find out. First, where are you moving to?
I think I'm gonna fly 15 feet east as I look at the map, and let's call it 10 foot up.
Word. So, based off of your location, Huge shout out to Ali for providing these. Absolutely forgot how to rotate them, but you know, it's fine.
Sorry. So yeah, I have a 15-foot cone. Yeah. Basically, I want the flames to fall short, so or fall short of. Cannot read these.
You're not trying to hit Xenove.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to hit Xenove.
I'm trying to remember how to rotate this thing, and it's only giving me increments.
You know what, Mr. E? Place it so that it hits the lower one, and not Xenove, and that's the square I move to for the origin point. So 40 foot of movement.
See, now we hit both. There we go.
Okay, because of that movement there, I'll only let you go like 5 feet up though.
That's fine.
I think from your origin destination to there is already about 30 feet, but I'll give you the 5 in height and just say you flew there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, that will work.
And then I roll for 2d10 of damage.
What's your breath type?
It is fire. I'm a traditional dragon.
None of these fancy new gen.
Yeah, you get
I
it.
said please. Ice pussy shit.
How does 20 damage sound?
To each of them?
Yeah. They must make. I mean, they can try and dodge it. It's a DC 13 dex save for half damage.
Yeah, they're gonna try to dodge it. They've seen a Dragonborn obliterate one person and move to a different position. They're not gonna just hang out there.
I think they absolutely should.
You know, you say that, Mystery, but I literally leached 18 points of health off of one of them, and he followed me.
That was just turn rotation. Okay, I said I gotta do what I gotta do. One, we're gonna say that this one here will dodge it. It is half his damage, right?
It is half damage. So it's only 10 points of burning his face off.
Gotcha. That one there is only taking 10 points of damage. The other one, having already suffered necrotic damage, is just dissipates into cinders.
Right. Pass turn.
Past turn. That makes us go to Cassandra.
Oh, buddy. I'm gonna swing my ass. Ass? Well, I'm tired.
Ass, bitch. So you need
that ass later. After I sleep. I'm gonna swing my axe at the one next to me.
Gotcha.
11. It's not what I rolled. 17. That's what I rolled last time, isn't it?
An 11?
I rolled. It's a 17.
17 hits. And yes,
yeah,
you did.
It's an 11 plus 6. So I was like, isn't that what I rolled last time? That's a 5 plus 3. 8 damage. And
Okay.
I'm gonna attack him again if he's not dead.
No, he's not dead.
That's rude. You've hit him twice with an axe and he's not dead.
17 plus 6, 23.
That will hit.
2 plus 3, 5 more slashing damage.
Now he's dead.
Hell yeah.
As he's doing something with his scimitar to prepare to strike you again, he brings it up to bring it down overhead. But your movements are swifter. A second slash to the chest, kind of makes him hurtle over. And that same momentum carries through to bringing it down directly on his head. With a very nice clean, his head is, I want to say evenly, but it is split. He's dead.
Cracking.
That brings us down to 2, and it brings us to NevaeH. Yes.
Yay! Okay, so Genevieve was very much in pain and unconscious. Not unconscious, just out of unconsciousness. Is like peeking through the bushes and seeing all this happening. And she's looking directly at this guy who's directly south of her. And while staying under the cover of the bushes, she's going to cast Crown of Madness. The spell is a concentration spell at 120 feet, so I can still do that, right? He's within 120?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. He must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by me during the duration. While the target is charmed, the twisted crown of jagged iron appears on his head and madness glows in his eyes. He must use his action before moving on each of his turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself than I mentally choose.
Gotcha.
I really wish it didn't say other than itself, because I really want to make him use his action to shoot himself in the face, but whatever.
You want him to go full metal jacket?
Just ask if you can homebrew. What?
Yeah. Can I make him shoot
Yeah.
himself? Yeah.
He has to fail it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, if he fails it.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'm gonna cast Crown of Madness and command him to shoot himself in the face with his bow. With his crossbow.
What's the save?
14.
He rolled a 19.
Oh.
While the crown is there, he's just a slightly bit more aware, and can concentrate on his own, and focuses really strongly on not being susceptible. Yeah, just shooting himself in the fucking face. Not being susceptible to your witchcraft.
Oh, witchcraft.
I understand why Wizards of the Coast wrote it that way. But also homebrew.
Suicide. And that brings us to Sammy.
Don't get us demonetized.
Sammy, oh god, I'm having so much fun with her. She looks at the one that's like right by her, winks, and then uses Misty Step as her bonus action again to go 25 feet directly south, straight line. And then she's going to use Cloud of Daggers at a 3rd level spell slot to conjure a 5-foot cube of spinning daggers on the guy wearing the crown. There's not an attack roll. It just happens, and he takes 6d4 of damage.
Roll your dice.
I'm gonna digital roll this one because that's d4s. I can't count like that. Let's see, roll.
They're literally
15.
They're the lowest. What do you mean?
I don't have all of my dice out, Allie. I have a set of dice out.
I have 2, so I don't know.
It's 15.
15 total?
Put 15, yep, of slashing.
Gotcha.
And that's there for the next minute, and I can move it on each turn.
No worries.
I love this cube.
This guy was weaker than the others, and is dead.
Perfect.
Where's this token? There we go. There's just one guy left. And he sheaths his blade, and looks to you all, and he goes, "All right, perhaps we've underestimated you."
You don't say.
You didn't even make it hard.
And he goes, "That wasn't what we were tasked to do." He reaches into his satchel and he grabs this vial of something that's swirling around with a pink, purple, and blue color. and he slams it on the ground. Immediately, the plume of this fuchsia smoke consumes him. You can hear him writhing in pain.
I
and
back up.
the smoke is getting bigger, and bigger and bigger, and it's kind of got like thunder and lightning and all of that chaos happening in it. And he changes into this creature.
That can fuck right off.
This thing is about 15 feet tall, and it is a torrential storm of magic that is flowing around it. It's additionally the base of an echo storm. Above its head is the smallest point of a tornado, as if the tornado had touched the ground, and spiraling upwards into the sky is a storm of magic.
Sammy goes, well, that is one way to make it at least interesting. Oh,
This dude gets +5 to its initiative. Which changes it to 20. It is an elemental as far as creature types are concerned.
Okay.
Because the transformation took a moment, it is not its turn. That brings us to Arca.
All right. I have always wanted to try and Fist of the North Star an actual storm.
Within its body, you can see, how do I best explain this? It looks like shards of obsidian, but they're really big. So they're not tiny fragments. They're like a window pane that's been shattered, kind of flowing around it and stopping in certain points to give it some type of shape and structure amidst all the swirling vortex that it is.
Can I use my perception to see it has a definable core?
Go forward. Go ahead and roll for that.
What the fuck did I just put my die? Here we go. Plus my perception of 19.
You can see that there is some type of an obsidian orb that has, well, I wouldn't say full on orb, but like spiky ball floating inside of it. But it is moving with the flow of its torrent. It's the only fragment of it that doesn't look broken.
Okay. Give me a second.
One. Sorry, I'm special.
Okay. I am going to do the thing where you fly into the middle of the storm to do kung fu on it. It's a very common thing. Please don't question it.
You will take an elemental damage for doing that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's fine. So first swing is 16 on the die plus I think it's plus 8. So
That
it's
hits.
24 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I would expend one of my focus points to use Hand of Healing on myself when I after I rolled damage. So that's for 12 damage for him, and then I will heal myself for 9.
Okay.
Second attack. 17 plus 8 is 25. 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
And I'm gonna burn my last focus point until I rest again to use stunning strike. I expend a focus point to attempt a stunning strike. The target must take a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target has the stun condition until the start of my next turn.
It
On a
passes.
successful save, okay, so its speed is halved until the start of my next turn, and the next attack made against it has advantage.
If it's successful.
If it's successful, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So your next attack or the next attack?
The next attack.
Gotcha.
But yeah, pass on.
Gotcha. As soon as you entered into this creature, for a moment, you have a flash of the city that you were born in and everyone dead in it. It's just a fleeting moment, before you just fade back to reality and continue with your combo. How much total damage was that, please?
Oh right, yeah, I didn't roll the second set of damage, did I?
I did think so. I was like,
So that is 8 plus my 5, for 13 damage on the second hit.
and the first one?
Was a 7 plus was 12, so 25 damage in total.
All right. That brings us to Cass.
Ooh. Do I want to enter that storm?
Just fucking hurl your axe into it.
It's strength based. That would be dex based. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna run into the storm and go for the center.
Leroy.
Are you looking to hit the orb specifically?
I'm gonna try.
You're gonna have to roll that with disadvantage, or I can give it a higher AC. Your choice.
Apart from Ali's next attack has advantage.
Oh, straight roll. Sweet.
Straight roll. Okay.
What is the rage damage? I totally wasn't adding rage damage for a hot minute. +2. Because D&D Beyond doesn't do that. Okay. Fuck me! So that's a 1.
Oof.
On my next attack?
All right. Cool.
Wow.
You might not get a second one.
Okay.
What is your...
My axe bent?
Oh, hang on. The AC was 12, right? No,
Mine
that's
is
your AC.
14.
And what's your strength?
Oh, my strength? 17.
Okay. As you go in and swing, just bad timing, fam. And some of these shards have kind of just moved in your way and knocked you back, almost reflective. So you are exactly where you are, and that swing has completely missed.
Okay, I will swing again. I can do math, I promise. 16?
16 is a miss.
Shit.
On the second swing, you do successfully get into the storm, which means you are also going to take some residual damage.
Okay.
It is a flat 6. So Kaiji, you did fully heal without any issues.
What kind of damage?
It's stream magic. So magic damage at its core.
Okay.
The moment you stepped into the storm to do your second swing, you immediately see your brother and sister, and they are walking away from you. And as you're calling out to them, they're not turning around. And then it just flashes away. You still make your swing, but it's not successful against the core.
I don't have anything else I can do.
Very well. That brings us to the elemental. Two of you are in the elemental, and it's very much aware of this. All of the obsidian shards that are flying around stop flying around and change their direction to target the both of you. Since it can swing twice, it's going to aim for the both of you.
Fuck.
What is your AC, Kaiju?
19.
It misses. Oh, and now it rolls the 19. It hits you, Cassandra. The shards are...
Are the shards of obsidian piercing or slashing damage?
They're piercing damage.
Okay, cool. So I can have them at least.
.21 points of damage. Halved, you're looking at... We'll round down, because it's an NPC, so 10.
I'm so glad it was piercing damage.
The shards are still in your skin.
Cassie's not looking so good, guys.
That brings us
Oh.
to
Really?
its other ability, which is a non-combative one. It starts glowing. That's all.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just glowing a very bright, luminescent light. It's not blinding or anything like that. It's just glowing.
Okay.
All right, that brings us to Zenobie.
Perfect. Zenobie, knowing she cannot enter battle, cannot heal herself, and cannot do anything else, seeing this thing and assuming that it is some type of spell going on, is going to cast Counterspell.
I love watching when she does something absolutely you did not anticipate. You try to figure out whether or not it actually works, because it could. You're right,
It
like,
might. I don't know. I'm not
You're
sure
like,
what this is, but
wait,
she's looking
how?
at it and she's like, I think this is magic. Let's see what happens. And really, she can't do anything else without completely obliterating the two of you. So
I'm going to allow it, but I'm
Okay.
going to have someone else face a repercussion for it.
okay,
That's the best thing I can do, and I can explain why in telling you how it worked.
okay.
Okay. As you guys are all standing there, Genevieve kind of gets their bearing and looks at this thing, and focuses down to like the point of its creation and casts Counterspell. Almost immediately, you can see its body start to dissipate. The orb is shrinking, and all
You're not talking into the mic.
no, it's every time his hand crosses in front of it.
and the
Oh
orb
yeah,
is-
because it's uber directional.
It is. The orb is shrinking, and all of the obsidian shards are also shrinking and dissipating until it completely disappears. The weather storm that it was creating above is also dissipating, and it stops. Off in the distance, you guys could see other storms that were far away had kind of converted their path and were originally heading to your direction, and that's what that light would have done. Was calm more. Fortunately, you've averted that as a situation. I'll play this one. That'll work. And it is completely gone as the counterspell reversed its summoning. did not, however, reverse its damage. And I need you, Talia, to roll a perception check.
um,
I feel like there's just profuse bleeding because now all those obsidian shards have disappeared.
Did not
Cassie
say
gets a 23.
that's not high enough. I did not say that they disappeared. I said
Just
that
as
they,
my guess.
I said that they shrunk.
Oh.
Those
A 23 is not high enough?
not for this effect, no. Fortunately, it's not going to damage you. So that's why I was like, no, I'm gonna make this one a little bit more difficult. Those shards have entered into your bloodstream.
Hey, Zoe.
Okay.
On the plus side, the creature is gone.
And that was the last one, yeah?
Mm-hmm. You guys have what the hell? Why am I showing that guy? You guys have seen echo storms before. But much like most other people, know better than to get up close to them. I had a picture for where you are, and now I can't find it. What the hell? Not necessarily because of creatures that can potentially flock around it or exist around it, but just because it's a bunch of chaotic magic that's happening in one space. Fortunately, now you've had the esteemed opportunity to see what the root of some of them could be.
Well, now that that's been resolved, Sammy pouts and pulls her sleeves back down and goes, "Aw, there was my fun." And she makes her way over to Genevieve to help her up and to help her like dust herself out of the bushes. She just thinks, "Granny, I had something fun I was gonna do."
Oh, wow.
And then
I'm
she also
sorry.
dissipates the cube of daggers behind her somewhere.
You have a question, Ellie?
Do we as Team B know anything about fuchsia magic?
No.
I don't think.
Much like Team A discovered, it doesn't exist. Time magic was outlawed, and the other magic type was lost.
Does anyone know how that vial created an echo storm?
Genevieve coughs up a little bit of blood. Yeah, magic. Of course.
No shit, Sherlock.
I'd like to do an Arcana check to see if I recognized it in any capacity or could give any predictive answer.
Yes.
Well, I'm useless since that's 7. So
I will give you a little bit with the 7, and let you guys draw your own conclusions. But you can create a magic bomb that's just an explosion of magic, and that's what that seemed like.
okay. And that is exactly what Sammy tells them. And then goes, which is why I thought it was going to be so much fucking fun. But no. And then just like looks at Genevieve and like dabs the blood off of her face.
It was an echo storm.
Sort of.
Mhm.
You ever seen an echo storm come from a person? It
What did he
looked
say
like an
about-
echo
Right before
storm
he did it? So that's not what we were sent to do?
or
Mhm.
task, something. Yeah.
So someone else is working against fixing this world?
Oh, absolutely.
Or
There's no way
something.
that bandit conjured that himself.
He had it in a jar.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done spell jars.
Not like that.
Not like that,
Someone-
no. But we've done it with all types of magic. Unless, what if there was magic we didn't know about because of everything that's happened in the last 5 years and it just kind of disappeared from us? I mean, we've got the echoes. We don't know what kind of magic they're from. Like last night when we were at the tavern and we could see the people in the room. They're just like the echo people. We don't know what causes that, other than since the end of the world.
Some magic. Magic.
We know it's not. Yeah, I mean, we know it's not related to fear because they're not scary all the time. We know it's not like. We know it's not celestial.
Not scary all the time.
Sometimes they are scary. That's a battle. That's scary. So what if there was magic that got lost in the end of the world?
These are all very interesting theories.
Is there anything left of our wagon?
No.
Like all of the supplies and everything are gone?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any? Let me look at my personal inventory on my human. Fucking useless for helping anybody.
How far from town are we?
Good question.
It's like an
You
hour
guys
carriage
are
ride?
definitely, I want to say, probably a 2 or 3 hour carriage ride from the Boros Divide. So it's a bit of a walk. Fortunately, because it is the B team, next time you play them, you guys will be 5-ish minutes away from them with an opportunity to talk before arriving there. So no worries.
And
How
fully
far-
healed?
So I say good?
I said and fully healed?
I'll figure that out later. More on that next time.
Okay.
That is the end of episode 9. Well done, everybody. It was a lot.
So remember
What?
how in Paradise Lost you had us fight that demon and we were like, ha ha, pa, 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 and basically just slaughtered it? That's imagine. That's like in my mind the same scenario with B plot. Like
Yeah,
we just
that
went,
makes sense.
oh, you're gonna injure us. You're funny. We were waiting.
We went, I can fight a tornado.
That's
Guys,
very Midwestern of you.
I've
Thanks.
discovered I can fight so many things.
I mean, I have stood on my porch and watched tornadoes.
Absolutely true. I chased that shit.
My
Like, it
people.
was great.
Sounds like fun.
I was on the fire.
All right. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, Melanie is sitting in a room by herself with all of the lights on, and she looks like she hasn't slept for days. She dozes off for half a second, and the moment she does, a hand reaches out of nowhere to try to grab her throat, but she wakes up and the hand is gone. And that is the end of episode 9.
Y'all, Ellie's trying to kill her ma.
man,
That was on her to-do
I
list.
almost threw hands with Edwin.
I was fully prepared to chain him to the pillar and then deal with him later.
I
Like,
was just gonna incapacitate him. It's fine. Deal with that
Yeah,
problem later.
Yeah, Kaji, we're gonna have to talk out of character on what your character's plans are there. I'm very curious, and I want to make sure I intertwine everything appropriately. I had an idea, but I was like, I don't want to jump the gun. But I also didn't want to close the door. That's why you got the whisper and everything. So yeah, we'll definitely talk shop between this week and next week. And next week will be episode 10, which is great. That means we're 10 weeks in, making really good progress. And yeah, I mean that's all I have for you guys this fine evening. Till
close my
next
try
time.
more next week.
Yeah,
Turn
yeah,
myself into a
definitely.
plant.
Absolutely. Don't do that. But for now, please tell the people who you are, who you play, and where they can find you.
I'm Cole. I play Demas Andreas and Sammy Tailwind. And you can find me crying at my desk basically every week at this point.
Hi, I am Kaiju. I play both Edwin Belzat and Arcovast. And you can find me here on Twitch at the Kaiju Kaiser.
Hi, I'm Allie, and I play Cassandra Benedict. and Talia Silverwind. You can find me here on Twitch at Lava Monster or sleeping because I'm tired.
Hi, everybody. I'm Violet. I play as Easy Mohias and Zeneview Whiteshell. You can find me here. Almost dead.
Both your characters.
Yeah,
Again.
1 HP. Let's go.
That's where you thrive. Hello, I am
Yeah.
Eddie. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I've been your DM. You've been an amazing audience. You've been amazing players, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Say bye, heroes.
Bye.